The threat of punishing new tariffs from the United States has some unions calling on Mark Carney to take some swift action. That includes Unifor, which represents more than 300,000 workers across the country. And Unifor President Lana Payne joins us now. Lana, Trump threatening 35% tariffs on items not covered under the current free trade agreement. What does Unifor want the government to do in this case?
Yeah, I think we need to, first of all, call this what it is. It is extortion by the United States right now, by the United States president. There are tons and tons of jobs at stake in this country. So, first of all, we have to be doing everything possible to protect workers here. But clearly, we need to take and look at this new deadline of August 1st and say, if we don't have a deal then, and it's looking doubtful, what are we going to do as a nation to respond at that time? And we need to respond hard. This is a president who only understands strength. We have given any number of things up to this point. None of it has worked. All we have seen have been what we saw this week: more tariffs, more threats, more extortion. So we have to lay down some markers here of our own, and pretty quickly.
Let's talk about FEMA, the Foreign Extraterritorial Measures Act. I don't think many Canadians know much about it or that acronym. Unifor has called on the government to punish Canadian companies for offshoring jobs. How will that help Canadian workers if those companies can't be competitive using Canadian labor?
I think there are a number of things we have to look at here. First, it's our response on the trade front, and that it has to be clear and forceful. Secondly, we have to keep production in the country. We can't allow these jobs to be shipped south of the border. So what does that look like? And we have proposed a number of things that can happen here with a carrot stick approach. What do we do to keep investment and business in the country, but at the same time be willing to penalize and squeeze some of these corporations should they choose to shift production south of the border to appease Donald Trump? We have to do all of it right now and make sure we come out of this stronger. And we have a lot of leverage as a country. So we're going to have to use some of it and put it all on the table.
There have been reports that Mark Carney is considering rather severe cuts to the public service. I know that's not your membership. What's your reaction been to that, and how would Unifor react in that kind of case?
I think we have to understand here that part of building a more resilient Canadian economy means having a very strong public service and public services for Canadians. That means state-of-the-art healthcare. It means strong education. It means investing in our college system. All of those things. We can't have a strong private sector without the supports of public services to make sure Canadians have the healthcare and the education they need. We also have to consider that public services, the way we have been doing them as Canadians, is also an incentive for businesses to do business in Canada. I've heard this from many of the companies that we bargain with, that Canadian healthcare is a competitive advantage for them. So we have to consider as a country how our public services, whether it's childcare, healthcare, our education system, affordable education, can also be used as a lure for investment in the country.
Let's turn to some other fairly significant labor news today. The BC Labor Relations Board has awarded union certification to workers at an Amazon facility in British Columbia. Now, what does that mean for Amazon workers, not only there, but here in Ontario?
This was a long fought battle by our union and by these workers who wanted a union. This is historic in many ways, but it also shows that when you have very strong labor laws to support workers and to support unions, you can get a determination like this. And that's why we have to consider labor laws are not just there to support workers when they get a union. It's about making sure that workers can actually access a union. And right now, this can inspire, and I believe it will inspire other warehouse workers to join our union and to join unions. We also had a historic first when we organized Walmart distribution and logistics workers here in Ontario. So warehouse workers are fighting back in all kinds of places. And they're showing that they want unions to be able to improve their working conditions. And quite frankly, if the owner of Amazon can afford to send Katy Perry into space, I think he can afford to pay a living wage to warehouse workers in this country.
Lana Payne from Unifor, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much.